Hello lovely people, this is Siddiq from Mission Canada. This is going to be another sensitive video. Before I start and go into deep, I would like to request all of you, if this is your first time in my channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can be tuned with me. Anyway, so what the video is about today. So the video is about a rejection case, and it's a real rejection case I have to present before you. So where you will see the applicant was rejected by the immigration authority due to improper proof of fund. So I'm not saying this is insufficient proof of fund, this is improper proof of fund. So I have already presented some case before that, so if you haven't seen those video yet, please go to this video where I have tried to show how people are misrepresenting the express entry profile, and also you can go to this particular video which is especially made for the SINP program, but still the reasons are almost same why people are getting rejected. So almost the same reason that I'm preparing the video today to show you how to avoid the rejections. Well, so this is the letter we are going to talk about today. So you can see this is a very recent rejection case which was assigned on February 18, 2020. So here I'm not going to read out the whole letter line by line, but you can do it if you wish to. I'm just sharing the letter here. So I have marked some words, some lines under red line, which should be okay to spot out the issues with this letter and his profile. So you can see as first that the immigration officer, he is saying that you must demonstrate that you have the required level of transferable and available fund. Now thing is that the transferable and available, these two words has got two different meanings. So transferable means the money is in the liquid state, okay, means you can like maybe you are thinking of you are having a real estate property, or you are having some gold jewelries, or you are having some share or bonds. So maybe those are worth too much, but unfortunately those are not going to help you in this case. That's why they're calling it transferable, that has to be in liquid state, okay. Then they're calling it also available funds. So available means you have to be able to withdraw the money at any point of time, okay. It doesn't mean that okay, you have the money in liquid state but you cannot withdraw it right now, it has to be withdraw after 5 years or 6 years, not like that. It has to be readily available right at the moment or at any point of time. The immigration officer has also mentioned the skilled worker must have in the form of transferable and available fund unencumbered by debts or other obligations an amount of equal to 1/2 of the minimum necessary income. Now thing is that please mark this point, that at least equal to 1 of the minimum necessary income. So here immigration officer, he has mentioned as the applicant is a family of two, so they show only 15,772 CAD, and definitely they have more than that. As you can see that their bank statement is saying they have 23,801 Canadian dollar. So amount wise that should be good. Now the problem is here, the problem begins from here. Like he is saying that his brother has given him some money which is 7,000 INR, Indian rupee, and he also got from his spouse's sister another 150k INR. That means all together, like by the gift deed, he has covered about 15,744 CAD means. So there it comes, the at least equal to 1/2 of the necessary income, means out of 20,811, 15,744 is coming out of from gift deed only. So that is how the immigration officer is having some confusions. I mean the immigration officer, he is considering in this way, I'm not satisfied on the balance of probabilities that your funds are encumbered by the debts or other obligations, means he has 23,801, but almost two-thirds of the amounts are coming from somebody else, his brother and his spouse's sisters. So that is something that probability is that the immigration officer is thinking probably the applicant is taking this amount of money as a loan or as a debt, which is not supposed to be. Okay, so this is a red flag. Actually, this is a red flag that immigration officer is not being satisfied. Okay, and that's why he is saying, I'm not satisfied that you have minimum amount of necessary funds for settlement in Canada. Now, another interesting thing is many of you have asked in the social media portal, so what is the problem here? Is it the amount or is it the gift deed? Now I would like to mention very clearly, so this is not the problem with gift deed possibly. So this is the problem with the amount, because out of his total amount, a big chunk of the amount is coming out of the gift deed only, not from him. Plus the gift deed is coming from his brother and the spouse's sister, which is little bit fishy. Okay, personally me, I have also used gift deed to prove my settlement fund in my application, but that time I have taken the money from my father, not from the brother or sister. So this is very much practical. You would say from the human point of view, like your father or your mother can give you the money without having any terms and conditions, and you are automatically the heir of their properties, right? But if you're talking about the brother, sister, uncle, cousin, this and that, so definitely they are not selfless like the parents. So that means the probability is more that you are just taking the money as a loan. It is not actually the gift. So that is how the immigration officer is saying time and again that he is not satisfied, and he is considering there will be some probabilities that your funds are unencumbered. So I would say if you are to give some gift deed, that has to be from your parents, nobody else. That is my personal suggestion. Rest is definitely up to you. Well, now let's move to the second page, and in the second page there is nothing too much to be aware about, but still I want to go through some important lines from the second page. So here you can see that the immigration officer is saying you will receive the refund of the right of permanent resident fee that you have paid. Probably you know that already, that as a principal applicant or the spouse, whoever it is, for anyone over 18 years plus has to pay $550 as a application fee and $490 as a right of permanent resident fee. But in case if your application is being rejected, still the immigration authority will pay you back the RPRF fee, but not that 550. So 550 is the application processing fee, whether you are successful or unsuccessful. Then the next is they are already saying that the application will be retained for a period of 2 years. That means no matter whether you are successful or unsuccessful, the application will be in the database for next 2 years. Then also they are mentioning if the applicant has to submit a new application, so the applicant will have to pay the new fees and the documentation. So that means that will be completely a new process. Okay, so nobody should expect, okay, so I already paid the fees before, so whether I'm gonna pay the fees again or not. No, there is no chance of that, and you need to consider that you are going to process everything right from the zero. Then there is another suggestion, and definitely something that the applicant has to do, must to do, because they're saying you must remove your job seeker profile from the job bank. So definitely the applicant had to create the job bank account, so the application has to be withdrawn. And also if the applicant were trying for any job in Canadian market, so he has to withdraw that application also, where he has used the reference of being a candidate of Express Entry program. Then last but not the least, the immigration officer is saying there is no guarantee that you will be issued another invitation to apply for permanent resident under the one of the immigration program subject to express entry. Now this is something I would say nothing to be afraid of, that okay, so he has rejected one time, so he has so he will be rejected forever. No, this is not like that. So if he can come back with the proper explanation or the proper documentation or the proper eligibility he should have, that definitely should work, and definitely we wish good luck to him. I hope the video was helpful. If it is really so, please do not forget to subscribe the channel. And also I have another full video based on the proof of fund and is frequently asked questions. So if you are interested, please go to this particular video. I am also giving the link in the description box so that you can just go directly and search for the video. So you will get other tips related to proof of fund so that you do not do any mistake. And please check the videos I already mentioned in the beginning of the video so that you are aware of the rejection case, you are aware of the misrepresentation case, because none of us we are expecting these sort of bad things to happen in our life. So better to know before we jump to a process. Okay, this is it for the day, my friend. See you someday in Canada. Bye bye.